he is not the most skillful fighter in the world. However, he has a way, as all successful fighters do, of landing his shots. And he's got like stone. It's like he got bricks in his hands, right? He's a heavy-handed guy. And Devin, we have seen you dropped before, right? So before I even get to you, not to talk about you as though you're not here, how dangerous is this a fight for Devin Haney, a guy who can make it ugly? What do you think about the A side, B side, Doug? We haven't got.
I don't think there is an A side, B side. I mean, listen, boxing is show business, and Ryan moves the needle in that way. He knows how to get attention, and I love Devin, but Devin's like me.
Rolly is a lot less version, but he's a knockoff version of Prince Nassim Ahmed. If he hit you, you're gonna know you've been hit because he got unusual punching power. They were like, nah, that's a real watered down version. Yeah, it's a watered down version, but then watered down as y'all think it is. Because when you get in the ring, you feel that thing with your chin, it's a different thing. So it's watered down, but it's watered down as y'all think it is. Now, you've been in the ring with a lot of people.
Max Kellerman breaks down the Devin Haney versus Rolly Romero matchup, saying Romero is a dangerous opponent who can create problems at any moment. However, Kellerman believes Haney's bigger frame, sharper skills, and overall boxing ability give him the edge and should allow him to control the fight from the outside and outbox Romero.
He's a really dangerous puncher. He is not in your class. Rolly, I keep calling him Rolly.
Rolly. Who cares?
I'm like, I have something wrong in my brain when it comes to names. Something's missing. But he's not in your class, and you should outbox him. Now, I can picture a situation where second half of the fight, you're way up. He's awkward. He's throwing bricks. And so there are clinches, whoever initiates it, but you guys wind up. And then after the fight, I'm critical. On the other hand, I could also see you like a fight. You're in this situation going, I'm not going to sit on the lead. I'm going to keep, and then he catches you and that's something stupid. So it like puts you in a no-win position.
Devin Haney says he plans to show exactly what he can do when he steps into the ring against Rolly Romero. He is determined to put his skills, confidence, and fighting ability on full display and prove to fans what he is truly capable of.
I have fun and I show how good I really am. I think that with a guy like Rolly, I'm able to showcase a lot more of my arsenal. I'm able to bring out a lot more tools and, really open.
Haney says Rolly Romero brings a very different style compared to the opponents he usually faces, which means he will need to stay focused and adjust throughout the fight. Romero's unpredictable movement can create problems, so Haney knows he must be prepared to adapt and stay sharp from start to finish.
Going to be fighting Rolly. What can you tell us at this moment?
Yeah, I can't say that it's a done deal yet. We're working on it. I think that it's very likely that it will happen. I think that it's a good fight for boxing. He has a very awkward style, and that's what makes it hard for guys to beat him. And that's where we see that Ryan had a lot of trouble with him, just because he just didn't know how to adjust to his.
Doe Fisher tells Kellerman that Haney's ring IQ and natural ability give him the advantage in this matchup. However, he points out that Romero's unusual and unpredictable style could still make the fight difficult, even though Haney appears to be the more complete fighter overall.
How dangerous is this a fight for Devin Haney, a guy who can make it ugly?
It's interesting because if you compare Devin with Rolly in terms of natural talent, ring intelligence, skill, technique, everything
different
edges
class
towards Devin. Devin has the advantage. But when you talk about styles, Rolly is unorthodox. Rolly is awkward. And we've seen in the past where an unorthodox fighter,
you're gonna bring it up. I know where you're going.
Versus Ricardo Mayorga.
I knew it.
And Sergio Mora.
Doug, you and me. I got it.
Both Mayorga and Mora had unorthodox styles. They didn't work off their jabs. They didn't necessarily move in the right directions. But there's a method to their madness. And they were world-class fighters. And on the best night of their professional careers, they were able to upset in the.
Romero admits that most of the trash talk online is simply part of the build-up, making it clear that he has genuine respect for Haney when they meet face-to-face. Despite all the hype and heated exchanges surrounding the fight, Romero says there is still mutual respect between the two fighters.
Who you respect and who you don't respect in the game, where does Haney rate on, I guess, the Rolly ranking system on, as far as a skilled fighter or a guy you respect on what he does, or does it depend on if he signs the contract for the fight?
Haney on Twitter, there's no respect. Haney in person, he doesn't speak. So I mean, he's just a chill kid. Now Devin Haney on Twitter, you know, because he's a keyboard warrior, he think he's a big tough guy. So on the internet, but then in person, he's just the most quiet person I've ever seen in my life.
Both fighters have shared the ring in sparring sessions earlier in their careers, giving each of them first-hand knowledge of the other's strengths, weaknesses, and overall style. Roy Jones Jr. warns that Haney's skill level alone does not make this an easy fight. He believes Romero's power and unpredictable approach make the matchup dangerous, with the potential for Haney to take serious punishment if he makes the wrong mistakes.
Haney versus Rolly Romero. They're saying it's almost a done deal. I didn't expect that fight to happen that quick, but it's going to be an interesting fight. You know, we're seeing Rolly a lot. You know, when Rolly started, you know, his career, like we say, oh, he's awkward, like, oh, he's another Ricardo Mayorga, and he's this and he's that. But just look at Rolly's resume recently. I mean, it's not bad at all. And now to face Devin Haney, I feel like it's a 50-50 fight. It's just split down the middle right now. Just seeing it. Do you see it as a 50-50 fight, or who do you favor more in that one?
It's not 50-50. It's can Rolly catch Devin? Because Rolly can't catch, it's like the Ryan fight was. If Rolly can't catch Devin will whitewash. But if you catch Devin early and hurt Devin, it can become a 50-50 fight. You understand me? I told you the same thing when he fought Ryan. I told the guy,
Paulie Malignaggi gives Haney credit for his mindset and willingness to keep improving. He believes Haney is determined to prove himself at the highest level and is showing confidence by stepping up to face a dangerous fighter like Rolly Romero.
But this is the kind of guy Devin is, and I said it on my own channel. I said sometimes guys like this don't get the credit they may deserve because they disarm you, they disassemble you. You know, they kind of disassemble the bomb instead of being the ones who drop the bombs. You know, and Devin is more of a guy who just strips you naked and be like, all right, bro, you got nothing left now. You know what I mean? Instead of disarming you or disassembling you completely, where even the layman can be impressed by that. While the guy who takes you apart little by little, sometimes he doesn't get enough credit because it's not as sexy. You know, it's not as flashy. It's not as the big bombs aren't impressing the layman. But nonetheless, this was against probably the most talked about of the welterweight champions. Listen, we've talked about this welterweight division is a bit weak, but nonetheless, Norman was the most talked about of the welterweight champions. So he did it against Norman. He didn't do it against Barrios, who I think, like I'll repeat, that I'm not really that impressed with. He didn't do it against Rolly, who can be hot and cold depending on when you catch him. Yeah, he'd been hot and cold in the past, but was on a little bit of a tear here. And as a young guy, was impressing a lot and was the talk of the welterweight division, especially with Ennis gone. And to do it against that guy and to do it the way he did it and score a knockdown in the process, you know, you got to give credit where credit's due, especially because you got to be a little bit of a psychiatrist here. Or you know, you don't know where Devin's head was at after the Garcia situation and the JC Ramirez fight. That's why, Champ, I give you credit if you were that sure a month ago, because that's the only thing too with me. It's like if it's a Devin Haney who's hesitant, and I don't know because I'm not in his head. You know that every human being is different.
Wade Plemons breaks down the matchup, explaining that Devin Haney is targeting a title unification with Rolly Romero, which is why his team chose this fight instead of a rematch with Ryan Garcia. Plemons says the contracts are still being finalized, but there are strong signs that the bout could take place on May 30th. He views it as a legitimate unification fight with an interesting style matchup. Romero is known for coming forward aggressively and throwing heavy punches, a strategy that has worked for him in past fights. However, that pressure could also benefit Haney, giving him opportunities to use his movement, establish his jab, and slowly take control of the center of the ring.
He also says the same date and the same location. This is all formulating to be right up to the finish line. And I know in boxing, nothing's ever finished until it's officially signed and really until guys get in the ring. But knock on wood, I think this is going to be the fight we see on May 30th. And listen, it's a good fight. It's a unification bout. It is an interesting style matchup where Rolly is very aggressive and he will walk forward and throw heavy punches. He walked forward on Gervonta and you know, had a lot of success before obviously being knocked out, but he's walked forward in a lot of his fights and taken the fight to people. Sometimes that plays right into Devin Haney's hands. He can use his feet, he can jab, he can move. and eventually, outbox you or put you in the center of the ring and then implement his offense. Even get a little bit aggressive himself, as we saw in the Brian.
The result of this fight could have a major impact on what comes next. If Rolly Romero gets the win, it could lead to another showdown with Ryan Garcia and potentially shake up the 147-pound title picture. Haney's team is focused on making the smartest decisions for his career, no matter who stands across from him. But Romero remains a serious threat because of his power and unusual fighting style. Wade also rejects the idea that Clarissa Shields could simply step in and challenge Romero, pointing out how difficult elite-level competition can be. At the same time, Oscar De La Hoya believes a Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch could make more sense, given their history, rivalry, and the stakes surrounding the matchup.
Rolly is very unorthodox. He's very strong, right? But I'm way taller than him, way longer than him, and got better boxing skills.
The guy that Rolly knocked out, knocked her down in sparring, and she blamed it on no padding in the gloves. And even though she had headgear on and they were probably 16-ounce gloves, she still hit the canvas. Stop that nonsense. Just stop it. Clarissa's not knocking out Rolly or any top-level fighter, male fighter, in the world. It's not happening. So just to address that. But then we go to Oscar De La Hoya for his thoughts here. And I want to hear what he said about the fight, because I kind of agree with Oscar here. I don't think that Devin Haney and Rolly should be fighting next. It should be Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, because it makes all the sense in the world. The rivalry needs it. They both have belts. You don't want to risk one losing it. And you get that answer to, was the first fight influenced by anything outside of the ring? Was the first fight a fluke for Ryan Garcia? Was it a true win? You get all those answers.
Oscar De La Hoya believes the most logical next fight is a rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, especially now that both fighters have continued to prove themselves in the ring. He feels their history, rivalry, and championship stakes make this matchup the best option for boxing fans. With both men holding belts and showing their abilities, De La Hoya argues that fighting someone else first could create more complications in the title picture. A direct rematch would settle the unfinished business and give fans a clearer answer about who is the better fighter in their weight class. With the talent, timing, and interest surrounding both names, De La Hoya sees Haney versus Garcia 2 as the fight that makes the most sense and could finally determine who stands on top.
What negotiated or done for? Or?
Yeah, is there an update on that at all, Oscar?
No update yet. No official update. But if you ask me personally, that's the fight that should happen next. I think Devin Haney proved. I think Devin Haney proved. I think he proved he deserves the fight. So I think Devin should be next.
Tim Bradley says Devin Haney needs to prove he can handle Rolly Romero before anyone can seriously consider him ready for another fight with Ryan Garcia. Bradley describes Romero as awkward, explosive, and difficult to read, with an unusual style that includes throwing from strange angles, getting his feet out of position, and suddenly launching attacks. Those habits can create major problems for fighters who are not prepared. However, Bradley believes Haney has the right tools to take advantage, including his strong boxing IQ, excellent footwork, accurate jab, and ability to spot openings. He also points out that Romero tends to overreact to feints, giving Haney another way to control the pace and set up his offense. Bradley adds that Haney has a major reach advantage, with a reported 71-inch reach compared to Romero's 66 inches, which could help Haney keep his distance, dictate the action, and land counters effectively.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if he can't beat and smash Rolly Romero, he not beating no damn Ryan Garcia. It is what it is. I know styles make fights, but damn, dealing with Romero, who's awkward, man. That's an awkward dude. You know, I think that's what his secret. That's his superpower. The fact that he's so damn awkward and explosive. You know, sometimes an inexperienced guy can give you some problems. Oh yeah, inexperienced guy can give you problems because like they don't do things that's normal. They do abnormal things. Like, you know, they'll punch from certain positions they not supposed to. Their feet not underneath them and stuff. They'll explode in with shots. Romero, he does all that crazy stuff, but he leaves a lot of openings, you know, for the taking. And a guy like Devin Haney, you know, who understands the sweet science, who got good feet, good reaction.
By using angles, staying active with his feet, and applying controlled pressure, Devin Haney can take away much of Romero's aggression. Bradley believes Haney should stay patient and prioritize defense early, allowing Romero to waste energy before choosing the right moments to attack. If Haney times his shots properly, Bradley believes he could even score a knockdown, as he has against previous opponents. Overall, Bradley expects this fight to highlight Haney's patience, technique, and ring intelligence. Romero remains dangerous and has enough power to cause problems, but Haney's superior skills, reach, and smart game plan make him the clear favorite. Unless Romero lands a completely unexpected punch, Bradley expects Haney to win comfortably.
I mean, the feints that he gonna be using on him as well, man. Because Dan Romero, he's so tensed up. You drop a feint on him, he reacting. Everything you do, you drop a feint on him, man. I'm telling you, because he's so coiled, he reacting. But it's not small gestures, it's big gestures. You know what I mean? He'll drop down, and open his hands up. I mean, this is perfect opportunities, I feel, for a guy like Devin Haney to be able to take advantage of. Now, he got to be selective and he has to be smart, because he can run into trouble. Because like I told you, Romero, he might drop down, but he might come up with something. And if Devin Haney's getting overzealous or getting getting overconfident, he can get caught with a big shot and also get hurt. So look, I think Devin Haney should be able to win this fight with.
Roy Jones Jr. compares Rolly Romero to a lesser version of Preston Parsons, but he still warns that Romero carries unusual power that can make him dangerous at any moment. Jones explains that Romero may look less impressive on paper, but his punches feel completely different once you're actually in the ring with him. Romero has also gained plenty of experience by facing and sparring with quality fighters, and Jones believes his time coming up in Las Vegas likely included work with top prospects such as Devin Haney. That experience could give Romero valuable knowledge of what Haney brings. However, Jones also believes Haney knows exactly what kind of challenge he is facing and has continued to improve. After receiving criticism earlier in his career, Haney responded by coming back stronger, scoring a knockdown against Brian Norman Jr. and showing more willingness to engage, throw combinations, and trade when necessary.
He sparred Haney. I'm sure he sparred anybody out there pretty much, because he was in the mix of all that. So the good thing for Rolly is he knows what he's dealing with. But the good thing for Haney, too, is that he also knows what he's dealing with. What I thought Haney also knew was dealing with when he fought Ryan, but he kind of took that a little different. Yet, it could have been the weight drain, because he proved in the last fight that he had been weight draining himself. So maybe that's what it was, too. So now, without being weight drained, we probably see a different Haney. And that would be problematic for Rolly if it is. If he never really hit him, it could be a problem.
Yeah, and then, obviously, Haney's performances lately, even we go back to after the Ryan fight with Jose Ramirez, he got a lot of criticism. He came back against Brian Norman Jr., knocked him down, surprised me. So I just feel like now going to this fight, I feel like we'll see a little bit more of a Haney that won't be too afraid to throw those punches or to step in the ring and kind of trade every now and then.
A lot of times we see guys use things to make it.
Jones also believes Haney looks more comfortable and effective at 147 pounds than he did in the lower weight classes, which could bring out a stronger and more confident version of him. He respects Romero for staying true to his style and being willing to take risks to land his punches. Still, Jones feels Haney has the advantage because of his speed, slick boxing, and defensive awareness. For Haney, the key will be to avoid taking unnecessary punishment, use his technical skills to control the action, and take advantage whenever Romero leaves an opening.
Excited about it too, but I just, like I said, I like both guys. I like Rolly too, and I like Rolly's heart. But Rolly's trying to fight anybody. He knows if he can hit him, he can get him, and he's honest to that. He's true to who he is. I just think that with Devin though, I think Devin a little slicker with that part of it. I would hope that Devin would know how to avoid getting hit by him, because everybody knows that you can be good as you want to be, but you get hit with $8 gloves, it's a problem. With a punch.
The Blue Blood Sports host says Manny Pacquiao is now moving toward a September 19th rematch with Floyd Mayweather, with a tune-up against Ruslan Provodnikov along the way, giving him the chance to collect 2 major paydays. That development puts Rolly Romero in a difficult situation. After his big victory, Romero spoke with a lot of confidence and seemed to expect a major opportunity, but plans changed quickly. The host points out that Romero got ahead of himself when he mocked Devin Haney and looked forward to a huge payday against a legend like Pacquiao. Instead, Romero is now expected to face Haney on May 30th at Barclays Center, where the host believes Haney has the skills to outbox and outclass him.
He was going at and laughing at Devin Haney only to knee Devin Haney. Now he's frustrated. He's upset because he got to make the fight with Devin Haney. And he knows there's a strong possibility he's going to get outboxed and outclassed. May 30th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. He never wanted this fight with Devin Haney. He thought he was going to get this big payday and a chance and an opportunity to fight a legend in Manny Pacquiao. Now he's trying to trash Manny Pacquiao's name, saying Manny Pacquiao was desperate and kept calling and asking for money. He ain't called Rolly and asked Rolly for nothing. When do you think Manny Pacquiao called Rolly to ask Rolly for more money? In what world? It just gets more diabolical the more Rolly talks. He's entertaining, but it just gets more and more diabolical the more he talks. It sounds ridiculous. He kept calling and asking for money.
Frustrated by how things have unfolded, Romero started criticizing Pacquiao, accusing the boxing legend of being desperate and constantly asking him for money. The host pushes back on those claims, saying Pacquiao never reached out to Romero demanding payment in the first place. Instead, he suggests Romero is the one who misunderstood the situation and now looks out of place. As Romero's comments become more extreme, the host sees them as a sign of frustration over opportunities that slipped away. The situation shows just how quickly plans can change in boxing. Romero now has a difficult matchup with Devin Haney ahead of him, while Pacquiao has moved on to another major payday against Mayweather.
You was a cherry pick going wrong against Ryan Garcia. May. You ain't fight since. That was 9 months ago, bruh. As a matter of fact, you fight Devin Haney May 30th, you would have been out the ring for a year. Manny is a legend. Now you got to fight Devin Haney, a fight you didn't want, period. Boxing is diabolical.
That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for the next one.